know what I'm saying? Excuse my face being covered and all, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of cold, so we got to stay warm. But today's video is for the guys and the girls. It's for the men and the women. You want to find a partner. You want to find a spouse. You want to find a husband. You want to find a wife. The females, the things that they're doing wrong is they don't want to cook, they don't want to clean, and they're not virgins. The guys, the things they're doing wrong is they're not on their grind, they watch too much porn, and they're not as confident and social as they should be. So it's one of those things where I can tell you all the reasons why you're single. I can tell you all the reasons why you haven't found your spouse yet. Okay? For the guys, you can't go to a club and expect to meet your wife. You can't go to the club and expect to meet your wife. You can't just be just at home watching porn all the time and expect for your wife to come through the door or fall in your lap. One more time. You can't just be at home watching pornography all the time and just expect for your wife to come through the door or fall in your lap. That's not how it works. You can't be broke, no house, no car, no ambitions, and be surprised that you have no women in your life, let alone somebody that you want to be with long term. And for the women, like I said, nowadays, women want to be so strong, want to be so independent, but then they also want a spouse. They also want a boyfriend. They also want somebody to be there for them when they're lonely. But the thing is, women will listen to their boss. Women will listen to the police officer. Women will listen to random strangers. But when it comes to your husband telling you something and asking you to submit, oh no, oh, I'm never gonna do that. Oh, I'm never gonna cook for anybody. Oh, I'm not gonna clean. Oh yeah, I'm a boss ass bitch. Well, okay, you can be boss ass bitch and die alone. So it's one of those things where you are single because you're making yourself single. Whether you're a guy or whether you're a girl. There are things you can do to change those bad habits and put yourself in a better position and a better perspective to find somebody that you want to be with. And I'm talking long term. Okay? So for the guys, like I said, instead of going to a club and looking for your mate, go to church. When's the last time you've been to church? When's the last time you've been to church? Okay? And if you can't find somebody over here, try going to this church 1 weekend, 2 weekends, even for a month, 4 times. Then what do? You can't find anything, you go to the next church. There's 12 churches you can go to in a year, and you mean to tell me you're not going to meet that one lady that is going to introduce you to the next person? Or you're not going to meet that one lady who actually shares the similar values as you? And that Sunday morning, she's actually there at the church, and that Monday morning or Monday afternoon, she's there helping the church with the fundraiser and stuff like that. Those are the type of women you want to be around. Those are the type of women that you can be thinking long term with. Why? Because if you have kids with her and you tell her, oh, I want to go into this relationship and I want to be the man, I want you to be the woman. She's going to be more understanding. Okay? And for the women, like I said, if you're not providing value, if you're not doing the one thing that men want, nowadays men want beauty, purity, and submissiveness. They want you to be submissive to them. They don't want a girl who gives them a headache. If I ask you, babe, make me a sandwich, and you go crazy, it's one of those things where if I'm the man and I'm providing for you, if I have to, work a 9 to 5 and, put in all the hours to make sure that you and the kids are taken care of, and I come home and the only thing I expect is a warm meal and an embracing arms, but I come home to, oh, you thought I was going to cook for you? Oh, why is the house a mess? Oh, you thought I was going to clean for you? Guys don't want that. So it's one of those things where, as a woman, women have it so easy. You can find a partner tomorrow. It's not even it's nothing for the women. But the thing is, you have to change your habits. You have to change your perspective. So the one thing that the woman can start doing differently, is being more submissive. Go back to that divine feminine role. It should feel natural. You should want to do it. Yes, there might be a guy that you want to do it with, but if a guy comes, even if he's the type of guy that would give you everything and more, once he sees your personality, once he sees that, oh, look at this girl, she thinks she's strong, independent, got it all, and she doesn't need me. But once you become vulnerable, once you become submissive and you say, hey, I want you to take charge. I want you to be the leader. I want you to, tell me how things should be. Doesn't mean you can't think for yourself. If a guy says, let's go jump off a bridge, you don't want to jump off the bridge, you can tell him, hey, I don't think I'm ready to jump off this bridge. If a guy says, let's go commit murder, and you're like, oh, I don't want to kill anybody, you don't have to. At the end of the day, you still get to choose. But the thing is, you're choosing to let him lead. You're choosing to follow him. You're choosing to let him run the family. Okay? You're choosing to trust him. And those are the kind of things that the men want. Because at the end of the day, if you don't want to die single, you have to give the man what he wants. And for the men, if you don't want to die single, you have to give the woman what they want. And like I said, the girls that are partying, drinking, and at the clubs, they don't want guys like you. They're always going to want the next bigger, badder, richer guy. And for the girls, if you want a guy, and like every guy that you meet, if you're not submissive, you're never going to meet that guy who can, naturally take care of you, naturally run the family when you have kids, somebody who can protect you, somebody who can be there for you, somebody who can make sure that your family is being led right. Okay? Wasn't sure, okay? And so, if you weren't sure on how or what to do, now you know. And so it's one of those things where there's no excuses. Don't lie to yourself. Start changing. There's a reason why you're single. There's a reason why you're single. So go ahead and, like I said, if you're a guy, start going to church. Start going to events. Start going to when the schools have little events for, come in and hang out with the kids, throw football, do whatever. Go to that event. You know what I'm saying? When the churches are having little fundraisers and even just sessions in general, go to those events. And for the women, practice being more submissive. Practice letting the man lead. Practice, not telling a man, talking back all the time. Practice being, like I said, the fertility part where practice not sleeping with so many guys so that when a guy finally does meet you, he's not like, oh my gosh, she's promiscuous. So like I said, there are things that you can do to help your case. And there are things that you can do to make it worse for yourself. So at the end of the day, if you're not helping yourself, you're only making it worse for yourself. So like I said, these are the things that you can do. And if you found this video helpful, I need you to give me a like. I need you to subscribe. Because it's one of those things where I can help you help yourself. But at the end of the day, you have to help yourself. I can help you help yourself. But at the end of the day, you have to help yourself. Okay? You have to help yourself.